Most people see a staircase and think up or down, a way to get somewhere. But what if the real story of stairs isn't about movement at all? What if it's about moments, the glances, the pauses, the conversations you didn't plan for? It turns out staircases aren't just practical, they're social. They slow us down, mix us together, make us bump into old friends and strangers alike. And in a world designed for speed, a simple staircase can still make us stop, think, and maybe say hello. Today, we're climbing into the hidden life of stairs. Why do these spaces tucked between floors make us talk more? How do a few steps up or down shape our feelings, our habits, even our sense of community? Let's take a look at the architecture under our feet and what it's doing to us every single day. Architecture is more than what we see on the outside of a building. It shapes how we feel, how we act, and how we connect with others. Think about a typical day inside any building: a school, an office, a hospital, or an apartment block. The walls, floors, ceilings, and windows all play a part in your experience. But there's another element that quietly guides your movement and your mood: the staircase. Most people see stairs as a way to get from one floor to another. We don't usually stop to think about how important they are or how much thought goes into their design. Yet staircases do a lot more than connect different levels. They connect people too. When you step onto a stair, you're entering a space that's both public and personal. You're close enough to brush past strangers or neighbors. You're exposed but also protected. The stairs force us to slow down, to change pace, and sometimes to meet someone halfway. Literally. Architects know that staircases are special. They study how people move up and down, how they turn corners, where they pause, and how they interact when passing each other. They notice that a well-placed staircase can make a building feel open and alive, while a hidden or cramped staircase can make a space feel closed or even unsafe. They choose materials, width, lighting, and the angle of each step with care, not just for safety, but for the feeling those choices create. Picture a wide, sunlit staircase in a busy library or university building. People walk up and down at different speeds. Some stop to talk or lean on the railing. Maybe a group of students gathers on a landing to go over notes before class. In this open space, conversation comes easily. Compare this to a narrow, dark staircase tucked away at the back of a building. People hurry through, keeping their heads down and avoiding eye contact. There's little chance for casual meetings or friendly words. The staircase, in both cases, has shaped how people use it and how they feel while they do. Staircases have always meant more than just moving up and down. Throughout history, they have shown power, status, and even hope. Ancient temples and grand palaces often placed stairs at the center, using them to draw visitors in and impress them. In many cultures, climbing stairs symbolized a journey or ascent, both physical and spiritual. Think of the long steps leading up to a courthouse or city hall. Walking up those stairs can feel like a statement, a ritual that prepares you for what comes next. Even in small homes, the staircase carries meaning. In many families, the bottom of the stairs is where you say good morning, and the top is where you say good night. Kids might use the stairs to play, sliding down the railing or racing each other to the top. Adults might pause there with a cup of coffee, looking out a window or listening for sounds from upstairs. The staircase is woven into daily life, shaping habits and routines. In offices and schools, staircases can break down barriers. When leaders or teachers use the same stairs as everyone else, they become more approachable. The casual meeting on the stairs, what some call a water cooler moment, can spark new ideas, solve problems, or simply make the day feel a little less formal. By bringing people together in motion, staircases help create the sense that everyone is part of the same community. Sometimes, a staircase is even a stage. On the steps of a museum or a courthouse, people gather to listen to speeches or join a protest. In old movie theaters, sweeping staircases create a sense of glamour and excitement. On special days, stairs become the site of photos, parades, and celebrations. Even in the quiet moments, a single person sitting on a step with a book or a phone finds a private spot within a public space. Consider the staircase in an emergency. When a fire alarm rings, the staircase becomes the main route out. Its design can mean the difference between calm order and chaos. Wide, clear stairs with good lighting and sturdy rails keep people safe. Poorly designed stairs can turn a routine drill into a dangerous scramble. Yet, despite their importance, stairs are often overlooked. Architects may focus on the outside of a building or the main gathering spaces. Builders and owners may see stairs as a cost to cut or a problem to hide away. The result is too many buildings where stairs are hard to find, poorly maintained, or even unsafe for some users. This doesn't have to be the case. When architects treat staircases as important parts of the building, everyone benefits. We often talk about designing for people, but stairs show us what that really means. When you use a staircase, you experience design up close. The height of each step, the grip of the rail, the sound of your footfalls, the way light falls through a window. All of these details matter. They shape how you move, how you feel, and how you connect with others on the way. Staircases remind us that architecture is not just about what we see, but about what we do. They turn movement into an experience, and an experience into a chance for connection. So next time you take the stairs, notice how it feels and who you meet along the way. At Iona Street Apartments in Cape Town, designed by Santos Prescott and Associates, the building is narrow and the site slopes down to the street. The architect placed a sloping bridge at the entrance and added open-air corridors so people can cross the length of the building. Internal staircases are not hidden away. They stick out into the corridors, almost like an invitation. Each staircase marks where one apartment ends and another begins. If you lived here, you would use the stairs as an entry point, a space between your home and the public corridor. You might pass a neighbor or stop to chat on the stairs before stepping into your apartment. The stairs are not only for movement, they help shape the building's public life. Ajayi Associates designed the Sugar Hill Building in New York City, which houses families, a children's museum, and a school. On the ground floor, a wide wooden stair is not just a way to move up, it is also a seating area, a gallery, and a stage for events. The landing brings light into the building and lets people look out over the city. If you walk here, you see children playing, parents chatting, or neighbors sitting together. The staircase blurs the line between movement and gathering. When you walk up or down a staircase, you are doing much more than changing your level in a building. You are also experiencing a range of feelings and reactions that come from the design of the stairs around you. Architects know that even small details in stair design can shape how you feel, whether you are comfortable, safe, tense, or relaxed. These feelings can influence what you do, how you move, and even how you think while you are on the stairs. Take a wide, well-lit staircase with a gentle rise and a sturdy railing. Walking here often feels easy and safe. You might slow down and take in the view, or even stop to talk with someone you meet on the landing. You trust your footing and you feel at ease. On the other hand, if you find yourself on a narrow, steep staircase with low ceilings and no window, your steps become more careful. You might grip the railing more tightly, keep your eyes down, and move more quickly. Your heart rate might rise, and you may feel uncomfortable or even anxious. The design is shaping your emotions with each step you take. Lighting also plays a big part in your experience. Bright, natural light can make a staircase feel open and welcoming. Shadows, or poor lighting, by contrast, can make the same space feel gloomy or even unsafe. If you ever avoided a staircase because it looked too dark or hidden, you were reacting to a psychological signal built into the environment. People want to see where they are going, and they want to feel safe. Good design takes this need seriously. There is also the matter of sightlines. When you use stairs that are straight and open, you can usually see the top and bottom from where you start. This gives you a sense of control and awareness. If the stairs turn sharply or are boxed in by walls, you lose that clear line of sight. Some people may feel closed in or even claustrophobic. Others may worry about what is out of sight, who might be coming the other way, or whether the space ahead is safe. Staircases come in many forms, but the choice between open and enclosed stairs changes the experience most. Open stairs are those you can see across or through. They often run along the side of a room or building, with glass, metal, or open railings. These stairs invite light and let people see each other. You notice who is coming and going. In open public buildings like museums or universities, these stairs can become gathering spots. People pause, chat, or watch others moving around. The openness creates a social space, not just a path from one level to another. Imagine an open stairway in a library or airport. You see people moving at different speeds, pausing to check their phones, or stopping to talk. Children might sit on the steps to read. Friends might wait together on a landing. Because you can see what is happening all around, you feel connected to the life of the building. You are part of a shared experience, even if you don't say a word to anyone. Enclosed stairs are different. These are often hidden behind doors or walls, meant for safety or for moving quietly between floors. In many apartment buildings or offices, enclosed stairs double as emergency exits or fire escapes. They are functional, but often unwelcoming. You might notice the echo of your own footsteps, the smell of paint or concrete, and the chill of a space that is rarely heated. Most people rush through these stairs, rarely stopping or talking. The enclosed design signals you to move on, not to linger. The differences between open and enclosed stairs also affect how we behave. Open stairs are more likely to see social moments, greetings, brief conversations, or even meetings that last several minutes. Enclosed stairs, by contrast, discourage this. If you pass someone on an enclosed stair, you might nod or say a quick hello, but most people keep to themselves. The design pushes us toward privacy, not connection. There is also a psychological shift that comes with moving from one type of stair to another. If you leave a busy open space and step into a closed stairwell, you may feel like you are leaving public life behind. Your mind might wander. You could reflect on something you just experienced or prepare for what comes next. This is part of what makes staircases special. They are not just spaces of movement, but spaces of mental transition. This brings us to what some call the staircase mind, or l'esprit de l'escalier. This is a French term that means the wit of the staircase. It refers to the experience of thinking of the perfect reply or clever thought just as you are leaving a conversation, often when you are already on the stairs, heading away. Stairs are places where your mind keeps working, replaying recent events and imagining what you could have said or done. In a way, staircases are built-in moments for reflection. The movement, the change of view, and the shift from one space to another combine to open your mind in new ways. Picture someone leaving a meeting. As they descend the stairs, they replay the conversation in their mind. The rhythm of their steps helps their thoughts fall into place. By the time they reach the bottom, they might have new insight or a plan for what to say next time. This is the power of a transition space. It gives you a chance to step back and think, even as you move forward. Staircases shape our mental state by their very design. An open stair with light and movement can energize you, lift your mood, and encourage interaction. An enclosed stair can trigger private thoughts, quiet reflection, or sometimes anxiety. The design is never just about function. It is always about how people feel and think as they move. Architects who pay attention to these details can change the daily experience of anyone who uses their buildings. The right design can make stairs a place of comfort, energy, or inspiration. The wrong design can make the same space feel hostile or forgotten. Every step, every landing, and every turn holds the power to shape not just our movement, but also our state of mind. Robert Venturi's Guildhouse in Philadelphia tells a different story. The original design plans barely show the stairs. They are marked only by the outline of their walls. In practice, the building's stairs became only functional routes up and down, no space to pause, no chance for gathering. In contrast, Venturi wrote about how stairs in Victorian homes could hold more life. Private stairs collect clutter, host conversations, or become places for small events. In public housing like Guildhouse, the lack of attention to stairs means a lost chance for community. Alvaro Siza designed both Punt und Komma in The Hague and the Saal Busa social housing in Porto. In The Hague, Siza used wide outdoor stairs that look like town stoops. Each stairway is a semi-public space. You can stand there and see your neighbors coming and going. At Busa, a series of open courtyards and narrow, steep stairs create a dramatic transition from the busy city to the quiet of your home. The stairs are part of the daily rhythm, used for celebrations, for kids to play, and for neighbors to watch each other's comings and goings. The bottleneck effect is a term from biology. In that context, it describes what happens when a large population gets reduced to a much smaller one by an event such as a disaster or a sudden change. Imagine a bottle full of marbles. If you pour the marbles out through the narrow neck of the bottle, only a few can come out at once. In a population, when only a small group survives an event, all the diversity that existed before is limited by who gets through the neck of the bottle. This is called a genetic bottleneck, and it leads to less variety in the future population because only the genes of the survivors can be passed on. The same basic idea can be used outside biology. In other fields, people talk about bottlenecks when a process slows down because one step cannot handle as much as the steps before or after it. In a factory, for example, if one machine is slower than all the rest, everything must wait for it. In traffic, a narrow lane or bridge will slow down cars because only a few can cross at a time. The bottleneck is any point where the flow gets restricted, causing people or things to wait or bunch up. Now think about this in the context of buildings. A staircase is often a literal bottleneck. When a building is full, people need to move between floors, but only so many can fit on a staircase at once. If you have ever been in a stadium after a big game, you have seen this firsthand. Everyone wants to leave at the same time, but the stairs or ramps are not wide enough for everyone to go at once. People end up standing close together, moving slowly, sometimes stopping to wait their turn. But staircases are not only physical bottlenecks, they are also social bottlenecks. When you have to slow down, stand close to others, or pause while someone passes, you are more likely to interact with those around you. Imagine being in an office at the end of the workday. The elevator is crowded, so you and a few coworkers take the stairs. On the way down, you are bunched together on the landing, waiting for others. You might nod, share a few words about the day, or ask about someone's weekend plans. The narrow space, the shared direction, and the forced pause make interaction almost automatic. Staircases concentrate people. Unlike a hallway or open area, stairs bring people into closer contact. You can't avoid eye contact as easily as you could in a wide lobby. The movement of one person affects everyone else on the stairs. If someone stops to tie their shoe, everyone behind them has to pause too. This shared experience creates openings for conversation. It's not just about the words you exchange, but the sense that you are all in it together, at least for a moment. This effect is even stronger when people move in both directions at once. Passing someone going the other way is a common reason to make brief eye contact or say a quick hello. If the staircase is wide enough, you might walk side by side with someone, and that physical closeness often makes talking easier. If the stairs are narrow, you might have to step aside to let someone pass, giving both people a chance to acknowledge each other with a nod or a word. Sometimes the pause is forced by design. In some buildings, stair landings are made bigger on purpose. The extra space lets people stop without blocking traffic. In a school, a wide landing might be where friends gather between classes. In a museum, a landing with a window seat gives people a place to rest and look out. These places are not just for moving, they become informal meeting spots. There are also figurative bottlenecks. The idea here is not just about space, but about opportunities for chance encounters. In a large building with many routes, you might never see people outside your own group. But if everyone uses the same stairs, you cross paths with people from different departments, classes, or backgrounds. Over time, these small meetings build weak ties, connections that may seem unimportant at first, but can become the basis for sharing news, finding help, or making friends. In workplaces, managers sometimes use staircases to break down formal barriers. When everyone, from the CEO to new hires, takes the same stairs, there are more chances for casual greetings or quick questions. This can make leaders seem more accessible, and it helps to create a sense that everyone is part of the same team. The effect is the opposite in buildings where the main staircase is hidden or reserved for only a few people. When the only way up or down is by elevator, people can ride in silence, heads down, with no reason to interact. Staircases also shape our routines. If the stairs are easy to find and pleasant to use, people are more likely to take them, increasing the number of casual meetings each day. If the stairs are hidden or hard to use, people avoid them. In some offices or schools, designers make the stairs the centerpiece, with wide treads, natural light, and views to encourage use. This not only improves health by getting people moving, but it also increases the chances of bumping into others and having a quick chat. Emergency situations highlight the bottleneck effect. During a fire drill, everyone is told to use the stairs instead of the elevator. The flow of people slows down, and everyone moves at the speed of the slowest person. People have to cooperate and pay attention to those around them. This forced togetherness, while sometimes frustrating, also shows how much our safety and comfort depend on each other. Finally, the bottleneck effect on staircases is not just about limits. It is about creating places where people come together. By making people slow down and share space, staircases offer moments that can lead to new connections or at least a friendly word. The design of the space makes this possible. Wide stairs, generous landings, and good lighting all make it easier for people to pause, talk, or just enjoy being part of a group moving in the same direction. In this way, staircases turn the simple act of going up or down into a small but meaningful social experience. In Mexico City, Mario Pani's Coupa complex connects 800 homes with open-air corridors and switchback stairs. Here you can walk through the entire building without ever touching the ground. The stairs are wide, and each landing has plants. People can pass each other without squeezing by. The staircases slow people down just enough to allow a greeting or a quick exchange. These stairs are more than a means to an end. They are places for life to happen. Lot EK's Driveline Studios in Johannesburg was built from shipping containers. The architects stacked the containers in a V shape, with large metal staircases and corridors facing an inner courtyard. The landings are big enough for people to stop and look out at the city. On weekends, the stairs sometimes fill up with people gathering, talking, or simply enjoying the view. When people decide whether to take the stairs or the elevator, their choice is not just about convenience or speed. Social norms shape many of our everyday behaviors, and stair use is no different. Social norms are the unwritten rules or shared beliefs about what most people do in a given situation and what is seen as acceptable or expected. Researchers have studied how these norms guide stair use in offices, schools, and public places. Two types of social norms matter here. The first is the descriptive norm. This is our sense of what other people usually do. For example, if you walk into a building and see that most people are taking the stairs, you may feel like taking the stairs is the normal thing to do. The second is the injunctive norm. This is our sense of what other people approve of or expect us to do. If you believe that people around you think taking the stairs is a good idea or even the right thing to do, you may be more likely to follow that path. Research shows both these norms can push people toward using the stairs. In one study, adults reported their own stair use and their perceptions of what others around them did and thought. The results showed a strong link. People who saw stair use as common, descriptive norm, and as desirable, injunctive norm, were more likely to use the stairs themselves, even if their main reasons were not health or fitness. The effect of these norms went beyond personal motivation. The belief that everyone does it, or people think I should, can tip the balance, especially when people are unsure what to do. Public health experts have used these findings to nudge people toward more active choices by shaping the environment at the point of decision, the place and time where you decide whether to take the stairs or the elevator. They do this with prompts, which are simple signs or messages placed right where the decision happens. Prompts can take many forms. Some focus on health, like a sign that says, "Take the stairs for a healthy heart." Others highlight calories burned, such as, "Burn extra calories, take the stairs." More recently, researchers have tested prompts that use social norms. For example, most people here take the stairs, or taking the stairs is the popular choice. Studies find that prompts using social norms often work better than those that only give health facts. In one experiment, researchers placed different types of prompts near stairs and elevators in a university building. They then counted how many people took the stairs versus the elevator over several weeks. When signs used descriptive norms, stating that most people at the university took the stairs, stair use increased. People seemed to respond to the idea that they were joining a group, following what others were doing. Another approach is the injunctive norm prompt. These signs suggest that taking the stairs is what others think is right, not just what they do. For example, people here believe taking the stairs is the best choice. This kind of message can tap into our desire to win approval from others or avoid their disapproval. In the university study, researchers wanted to see if social prompts would encourage more people to use the stairs than non-social ones. The team used 2 baseline periods to measure normal stair and elevator use, then 2 intervention periods where prompts were posted. Infrared sensors tracked each entry into the stairwell and elevator. Some prompts emphasized social norms, while others did not. The findings were clear. When the signs mentioned what others did or thought, more people took the stairs. Signs that just gave health information or calorie counts did not have the same effect. Why do these social messages work so well? One reason is that humans are social creatures. We care about fitting in, and we take cues from others when we are unsure about what to do. The sight of others on the stairs can serve as a live prompt, but even a sign suggesting this is enough to guide behavior. It's not just about personal gain, like health or saving time, but about our role in a group. You can see this in real life too. Imagine walking into a building and seeing everyone around you heading for the elevator. You might feel awkward if you go for the stairs instead. Now imagine the reverse. You see a steady stream of people on the stairs, and maybe a sign telling you that most people choose that route. Suddenly, taking the stairs feels like the right thing to do, and you might not even think twice about your choice. The power of social norms can also help explain why some stairways are lively places, full of conversation and activity, while others are empty and silent. In a building where people expect to use the stairs, you will likely see more interactions, more pauses, and more brief chats. Where elevator use is the norm, stairs become deserted and any interaction is less likely. Prompts and environmental cues can shift these patterns in subtle but real ways. For building designers and health planners, these findings have practical use. If the goal is to get more people moving, it helps to make stairs visible, accessible, and socially acceptable. Signs can play a part, but so can small changes to design. For example, glass walls or open landings can show that others are using the stairs, reinforcing the descriptive norm. Making stairs wide and well lit can suggest they are a preferred route, not just an emergency option. Behavioral science suggests that habits form when we repeat actions in the same setting. Social norms add another layer, shaping which habits take hold in groups, not just individuals. Prompts that use these group cues can start a shift, nudging people to take the stairs for reasons that go beyond their personal health. They want to be part of what everyone else is doing, and they want to do what is seen as right. So while health facts and calorie counts matter, it is the power of the group and our need to belong that most often drives our choices at the foot of the stairs. When a simple message or a crowded landing shows us that stair use is common and valued, many of us will join in. This is the quiet influence of social norms at work, shaping movement and conversation, one step at a time. Staircases might seem like simple features in buildings, but their design plays a direct role in shaping who can use a space and how people interact inside it. Access is not just about being able to move from one floor to another. It is about who feels welcome, who feels safe, and who is included in daily life. In any multi-story building, there is a politics to how we move. When you walk into an apartment complex or office, you notice if the stairs are visible, easy to reach, and pleasant to use, or if they are hidden, dark, or cramped. These details shape how comfortable you feel using the stairs and whether you see them as a real choice. For some, the stairs are the main route. For others, they are a last resort or even a barrier. Stair design sends signals about who a building is for. In a place where stairs are wide, bright, and near the entrance, people are more likely to use them. The message is that movement and gathering are important and that the building values connection. In contrast, when stairs are tucked away, narrow, or poorly lit, it can feel as if they are only for emergencies or for those with no other option. Sometimes, the design choice is made for cost reasons or to meet basic building codes, but these decisions still have an impact. In many cases, architects and owners choose to put effort and money into the main entrance, lobby, or elevators, while stairs get whatever space is left over. Nowhere is this more obvious than in social housing. In many affordable housing projects, the focus is on providing as many units as possible, often at the lowest cost. Stairs and other shared spaces can become afterthoughts. A poorly designed stairwell, one that is too dark, too steep, or not well maintained, can make residents feel unwelcome or even unsafe. When a staircase is neglected, it can become a place people avoid, not a place where community happens. In some buildings, the stairs are seen only as fire escapes. They are locked, dirty, or hard to find. People may be forced to use the elevator even for a single floor, which can slow them down and separate them from their neighbors. In these settings, the way the stairs are treated reflects wider societal attitudes toward the people who live there. When shared spaces are poor in quality, it sends a message that the residents themselves are less important. This is not just a matter of comfort or convenience. It is about dignity. Everyone deserves safe, clean, and pleasant ways to move around their home. When staircases are designed and cared for with the same attention as private spaces, residents feel valued. They see that the building is meant for them, not just for show or for passing inspections. At the same time, stairs can become a point of exclusion. Not everyone can use stairs easily. For people who use wheelchairs, walkers, or crutches, stairs are a physical barrier. Even for those who can walk, steep or uneven steps can cause falls or pain. Older adults, parents with strollers, and people carrying heavy loads may avoid stairs when possible. In many older buildings, the only alternative to stairs is a single small elevator if one exists at all. If that elevator is out of order, the building can become off-limits to anyone who cannot use the stairs. Modern building codes require that new buildings include ramps or elevators to provide access for all. But true equity goes further. It is not enough to offer a basic route for those who cannot use stairs. The quality and location of that route matter too. If the accessible entrance is hidden at the back of the building, or if the elevator is far from the main entrance, people with disabilities are forced to take a separate, less pleasant path. This creates a two-tiered system where some people have the benefit of open, inviting stairs, while others are pushed out of sight. A more equitable approach is to place stairs, elevators, and ramps near each other and give them equal care in design. When everyone enters the building the same way, or when shared spaces are truly shared, people feel like equals. Good design does not only solve a technical problem, it shows respect for everyone's experience. In some new buildings, architects create wide, gradual stairs that can be used by most people and pair them with ramps that follow the same path. Others make glass-walled elevators visible from the stairs, so people using different routes can see each other. In schools, offices, or public spaces, this means friends, co-workers, or families can travel together, no matter which path they take. It reduces the chance that anyone feels left out or separated because of a physical barrier. There are also choices about how much space to give to circulation, the parts of a building that help people move. When the goal is to maximize the number of rentable or sellable units, shared spaces like stairs often get squeezed. But when planners see circulation as a key part of community, they design stairs and corridors that are wide enough to allow people to walk side by side, to pause and talk, or to gather for a moment. These details are not luxuries. They shape how people use the building and how they relate to each other. Imagine a building where the stairs are in the center, flooded with daylight and open to a view. People use them by choice, not just out of need. Now think about a place where the stairs are in a windowless shaft, with rough walls and no place to stop. People hurry through, looking down, missing the chance to greet a neighbor or notice a new face. The difference in feeling is real. It changes whether people see their home or workplace as a welcoming space or just a place to pass through. The design of stairs is not just about movement, it is about belonging. When everyone has equal access to comfortable, safe, and well-placed stairs, the building supports community. When stairs are neglected, poorly placed, or inaccessible, people can feel pushed aside or left behind. In this way, The staircase becomes a measure of how much we value equity and inclusion, not just in buildings, but in society as a whole. In Berlin, Frei Otto's Oka-Haus is a housing project designed with strong community input. Residents help plan their own homes, but not the staircases. Frei Otto himself designed the stairs because he believed they would be the places where residents meet and interact. The stairs were not just paths from one floor to another, they were the backbone of the community. Otto's approach shows that even when people have control over most parts of their home, the design of shared stairs can make or break the sense of togetherness. Farshid Moussavi's Elo 19 in Paris changes the usual idea of shared stairs. Here, each pair of apartments has its own private staircase and elevator, eliminating the need for big communal corridors. This design gives privacy, but it reduces the chance of running into neighbors. The result is less interaction, but more personal space. OM Unger's Block 1 IBA in Berlin has a central open-air courtyard with 4 staircases, one at each corner. Each set of stairs serves a group of apartments, breaking the building into smaller social clusters. Tenants may not know everyone, but the design means they often see the same people using their stairs. Over time, these repeated encounters can turn strangers into acquaintances. When people talk about the future of buildings, they often think of new materials or smart technology. But there is another important question. How do we move through space, and what does that movement mean? In many older buildings, stairs are a leftover part of the design. They are tucked into corners, used when the elevator is busy, or seen as emergency exits. In more recent designs, though, architects are rethinking what stairs can do. They ask if stairs could be more than a way to go up or down. Could they be a place for people to gather, rest, or even perform? Some buildings already show that stairs can be more than just paths. Imagine walking into a large museum and seeing a wide staircase in the center of the lobby. People do not rush up and down. Instead, they pause, sit on the steps, talk, or look around. Sometimes children play on the stairs, hopping from step to step while their parents watch. In the evenings, the same stairs may become seats for an audience, with a small concert or public talk happening on the landing. In these cases, the stairs are not only circulation, they become a part of daily life and even public life. This approach treats the staircase as a stage, a seat, and a street all in one. Play is another use for stairs that often gets overlooked. For children, stairs are a natural playground. They climb, slide, jump, or count the steps. Designers can add features like low walls, wide landings, or gentle slopes to make stairs safer and more interesting. Even for adults, stairs can add variety to movement. A change in pace, a spot to pause, or a view out a window makes climbing the stairs a break from the ordinary. Stairs can even be spaces where people express themselves. In cities, protests sometimes gather on big public staircases. People hold signs, make speeches, or simply stand together in a visible place. The steps act as a platform for voices that want to be heard. As people spend more time sitting in cars or at desks, there is growing interest in how movement supports health and well-being. Stairs are a simple way to add activity to everyday life. Many doctors now recommend taking the stairs instead of the elevator. This advice is not only about burning calories. Climbing stairs can build leg strength, improve balance, and even lift mood. Some new office buildings place stairs in visible, inviting spots to encourage use. Schools might paint steps in bright colors or add art to the walls, making stairs more pleasant and less of a chore. The idea is to make movement part of the environment, not just a private choice. Technology is also changing how people use stairs. In some buildings, sensors count how many times the stairs are used, giving feedback to the building manager or even to users. Some staircases light up when someone steps on them. Others play gentle sounds or display art. These small touches can make the stairs feel alive and interesting. Technology can also help people with disabilities. Handrails can be fitted with lights, signals, or even gentle vibrations for people who are blind or have low vision. Apps on a phone can guide people to the nearest accessible route, whether that means stairs, ramps, or elevators. Good design makes all the difference in how people use and feel about stairs. When architects plan a staircase, they consider the width of each step, the height of the riser, and the shape of the handrail. A well-designed staircase is comfortable to climb. The steps feel solid underfoot. The handrail fits in your palm. There is enough space to walk side by side with a friend or to pause without blocking others. Light is important too. Natural light makes stairs feel safer and more open. Windows, skylights, or glass walls can all help. If stairs must be in the center of a building, good artificial lighting can do the same job. It is also important to think about where the stairs are placed. When stairs are hidden behind closed doors or at the end of a dark hall, people avoid them. When stairs are central and easy to see from the entrance, people use them more. Signs can help, but the best prompt is often just a clear, open view of the stairs. Designers sometimes put artwork, plants, or benches on the landings. These small touches invite people to pause, look around, or talk with someone they meet. For public stairs, durability matters. Materials should be easy to clean and able to stand up to heavy use. Non-slip surfaces and sturdy handrails are basic safety features. In homes, stairs can be softer, maybe finished with wood, carpet, or other materials that are pleasant to touch. In all cases, the design should meet the needs of those who use it most. Accessibility is key. Good stairs work for people of all ages and abilities. Treads should not be too high or too narrow. Handrails should be continuous and at a comfortable height. Where possible, stairs should be paired with ramps or elevators that follow a similar route, so everyone can use the same main entrance and move through the building together. Stairs should not be treated as leftover space. They are not only for emergencies or for those who cannot wait for the elevator. With careful design, stairs can be the heart of a building. They connect floors, but they also connect people. When people gather on the stairs, talk as they pass, or just enjoy a quiet moment looking out a window, the staircase is doing its real job, not just as a structure, but as a space for life. Kazuyo Seijima's Gifu Kitagata project in Japan uses external stairs and walkways to connect more than 100 units above ground-level parking. The stairs run along the outside of the building, so people can see each other coming and going. At night, you might see shadows moving across the walls or hear voices from the stairs as neighbors pass each other. The stairs activate the building, turning it into a kind of living screen. Lacaton and Vassal designed housing in Hérouville-Saint-Clair, France, where spiral stairs are used inside each unit. A single large central fire stair sits at the heart of the building. The spiral stairs are tight and compact, making the most of the limited space. Each apartment has its own rhythm of movement, up to the bedroom, down to the kitchen, while the shared central stair connects everyone for safety. Staircases do more than connect one floor to another. They gather people in a single place and invite conversation. This is what some architects call a social condenser. When people move through a staircase, they come close enough to share a greeting, an idea, or even a story. Sometimes these exchanges are quick, just a nod or a smile as you pass. Sometimes, though, a staircase becomes a place for a longer conversation, the kind that might not happen anywhere else in a building. These moments matter. Talking on the stairs builds weak ties between people who might not see each other in any other part of the building. It might be a manager and a new hire in an office, a parent and a teacher at school, or two neighbors in an apartment block. On stairs, the normal barriers drop away for a moment. People are in motion, not fixed in a seat or behind a desk. The shared movement and close space create a small pause in the day, and that pause is often all it takes to start a real exchange. The design of the stairs shapes whether these meetings happen. If the steps are wide, with a landing where you can pause, people are more likely to stop and talk. Good light and a clear view of the space ahead make people feel safe and welcome. The sound of footsteps, the sight of other people moving, and the feel of the handrail under your palm, these small details all add up to a space that encourages connection. It is not just the stairs themselves. Every detail in a building changes how we feel and how we act. The width of a corridor, the color of the walls, and the view from a window all shape our behavior. On stairs, these effects are even stronger. We are moving, our senses are awake, and our attention shifts from step to step. This makes the staircase a perfect place for chance encounters, fresh ideas, or just a moment of being part of a group. Next time you take the stairs, notice the space around you. Look at how it makes you feel. Rushed or calm, closed in or open, alone or part of something bigger. See who else is there. Maybe you will meet someone you know, or maybe you will share a small word with a stranger. Each time you take the stairs, you are part of the quiet network that makes a building more than just walls and floors. It becomes a place where people meet, talk, and shape their own experience, one step at a time.